Welcome back, my Soul Tribe family. This is Mimi. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you've been supporting me, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for everyone. Great word of encouragement. Thank you for everyone that check up on me. Today, the message that I want to share with you is that you and your spouse are going to be land owners. God have been showing me that me and my husband, we are going to be landowner. If you're hearing this message, you might think, like Mimi, what do you mean landowner? I don't even own anything. I know, but this message is specifically is for you. It's for your doubt. It's for you to think that God is just a small God. God cannot do big things. It's, if you're hearing this message is specifically for someone that's been through eviction, people that never really own anything, never really have something where they can claim as their own. They never own no land, no. If you never own no land, no housing, nothing under your name, no deed under your name, this is your message. The spouse that God is bringing to you, because you have a divine mission with this person, this is not just a simple relationship. Let's go out to eat. Let's just, go to work and, repeat the cycle. This is someone that's just going to pour into you, love you. If you have an idea, they're going to want to go for it. You might be scared. You might have an idea. Let's say you always wanted to, I don't know, sell hair or be a hairdresser, but you never had that confidence, or you never had that money to put down on a deposit on a building where you can, start you could get your chair, you could get your product, you could start being who you're supposed to be. Whether it was money, whether it was confidence, whether you didn't have support, God is bringing you a whole new support. Your spouse is coming with money. Money is the support. When you have money, you could buy everything. Money is not everything, but it could buy everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? Money is not everything, but it could buy you to go to school. It could buy groceries. It could pay your bills. It could buy a house. So going forward, if you're hearing this message, God is sending someone into your life where you are going to buy a lot of land. You're going to buy commercial property. You're going to have farms. You're going to own hotels, churches, business. You're going to own so many different type of commercial property. You're going to own so many rental property. So many land where you can grow your own vegetables. Like, God is going to give you land. You and your spouse going to be landowner, landlord. You are going to be the head and not the tail. Above and not beneath. So if you're hearing this message, you are a landlord, a landowner, property owner, house owner. You're going to have property, houses that is under your name. The deed is going to be under your name. Right now, you hearing this message, I promise you, someone is saying, Mimi, I never owned no land. I never owned no house. I never owned anything. So this message is specifically for you. Because what God was showing me is that this person is like never own anything, and you're going to get everything. Your obedience, your good heart, who you are as a person, you're going to attract a person that's going to You're going to grow your own food. You're going to grow your tomatoes, your potatoes. You're going to have so much land. You're going to be like a gardener, or you're going to hire people to plant your own food. You're going to eat from your own garden. God's showing me that I'm going to eat from my own garden. If you're hearing this message. Right now, you don't own nothing. Probably right now you're hearing this message. You don't own nothing. You're probably sleeping in somebody's floor right now. Or, leasing or, renting. But God said, if you hear this message, you are going to be the landowner. You're going to be the landlord. You're going to be the one that's giving people a chance to live at your property. You're going to give business the opportunity to create, to rent your building. You're going to own hospital. You're going to own churches. You're going to own charity company. God said, I'm going to give you the power to get the land. Your name is going to be on those deeds. I promise you, if you hear this message, hey, comment saying my name is going to be on those deeds. You are a landowner, and God is going to partner you up with someone that is a landowner, or they're into real estate, they're into buying property, selling it, flipping it, something like that. And you're going to come into it and you're going to be like, oh, I love that idea. And you're going to work together and you're going to own so many property. God's showing me that you and your spouse going to own so many land. This is the perfect time. Your reward, your hard work for what you went through is going to come into land, into properties, into investment, into high profit investment. You're going to be the type of person you could buy a upper fixer, refix it, and sell it and make a lot of money from it. God is going to give you some type of knowledge and power into real estate. You don't even have to be a real estate agent, but you're going to know how to buy a house, flip house, and sell it. Buy a house, flip it, and sell it. You're going to buy it. Let's say you buy a house for $100,000. You're going to put $20,000 or $25,000 work on it, $130,000, and you can sell the house for $300,000. You're going to be like a fixer-upper. Many of you who's hearing this message, you could be the spouse, because I have a lot of male subscriber here. So if you're hearing this message, you good with your hands. You know how to fix things. So you're going to be buying houses at low prices, fix them, and resell them at high prices. God is going to give you the knowledge of spiritual real estate, flipping land, buying houses, restoring them, and sell them. If you're hearing this message, you're going to own so many houses. You're going to buy them at auction. You're going to buy them at foreclosure property. You're going to buy them at tax lien. You're going to buy the property at cheap prices. And you're going to hire people to fix the property. And you're going to flip it. Because you're so good at, restoring things. You're so good at modeling things at a cheap price. You're going to save so much money and you're going to see your profit. Yo, I'm telling you, many of you who's hearing this message, God's saying that you are going to be a real estate genius. You're going to buy a house, flip it, and sell it. Buy a house, flip it, and sell it. Buy land, flip it, and sell it. Like, you're going to buy it, put your little touch on it, and boom, once you sell it, people are going to be like, yeah, I'll buy it. It's worth it. Because you're going to add your little touch. Something about you going to add your little touch. When you first get the property, it's going to be like, oh, it's not good. Maybe that house is all broken. I got to put so much money in it. It's not even worth it. But it's something about you. You're going to have that connection where you're going to have the cheapest. I'm not going to say cheapest. You're going to find the connection where they reasonable with you, where you are able to restore something and you get your profit back like 10 times. Let's say you buy a house, the house is so messed up, $50,000, and you invest another $30,000, even if you invest $50,000 in it, you spend $100,000 in that house. Because based on what you restore in the house, all the equipment, new refrigerator, new floor, new everything, now that house is going to be worth $300,000. So you buy it for 50, you spend another 50, that's 100, you sell it for 300, you just made $200,000 at that house. So whoever's hearing this message, you and your spouses, you're going to own so many land. I see a lot of farms. I see a lot of potatoes and corns, and something about many of you going to have a land where you grow your own food, your own vegetables. You probably already doing it right now. You don't even have a husband yet. But this is your divine confirmation. If you've been doing it or you've been thinking about growing your own food, God said, I'm going to bring that husband that's going to have that finances where you could buy land and you can grow your own food. Because God said, going forward, I want you to have land and grow your own food, because the food that's in the supermarket, they spray it with so many chemicals. It's almost not even good for us. But God is going to give you that knowledge, and you're going to be able to grow your own tomatoes, your own vegetables and stuff like that. Or you're going to have enough money where you can go to an organic store or a Whole Food store and you spend it and everything's organic. But going forward, everything's going to work out for you. You're going to own land. And many of you, I keep seeing, even me, I say, I love gardening, but I don't like the bugs. I don't like the frogs. I don't like the serpent. I don't like none of those stuff that come with gardening. But God's saying that you're going to hire people that garden for you, and you don't even have to do the hard labor. You don't even have to go in the hot sun. You don't even have to, dig anything. You don't even have to worry about the serpent or the bugs or anything crawling on you. God say, I'm going to give you the money where you hire people that do it. But what God just wants you to do is just have your own garden. I keep seeing God showing me that I'm going to have my own garden when I'm growing my own food. Because going forward with how the system is working, you have to find an alternative where it's a little natural, organic. I'm not going to say sooner or later we're not going to be able to trust the food in the supermarket. But sooner or later, if you can grow some of the food that's in the supermarket, go for it. At least you know where it's coming from. That's all I'm saying. But going forward with this message, you and your spouse going to own so many houses, land, churches. You're going to own you might have like a homeless shelter. You might have like a animal shelter. You might have a church. You might have somewhere where people are able to come and find some help or be able to find some type of comfort. You, whoever is hearing this message, you are going to bring some type of comfort into this world. And that's why God is giving you so much property, because you're going to own so much land. You're going to know how to rent them, how to use them, how to serve them for God's glory. And when you get all this land, when you get all this money, remember it was God who established you. It was God who put you first. It was God when you didn't have nobody. So if you hear this message, you're going to have so much land. You're not even going to know what to do with it. You're going to have so much property. I see a lot of commercial property. Building where you're going to rent for offices, for people business, for people, entertainment, anything that has to do with business. Then you're going to have farm. You're going to grow your own food. You ain't even going to grow enough food where you can sell it at the supermarket. And then I see you're going to have so many buildings that you are renting. You're gonna have so much property where you are building an apartment for, low income family. You probably building an apartment for single mom where they rent is not expensive. God gonna give you so much land where you are going to be a blessing with it. Whatever you create, whether you build an apartment, whether you build a condo, you might build an apartment for a low income family. Most I'm gonna charge you for rent is $900 or $1,000. Like, you're gonna make it where you are a blessing to the community, where they can be able to come to your apartment, your condo. You giving them so much room, so much space, but you charge them at a reasonable price. While the world is charging them twice, you charging them at a reasonable price. Something like that. You're gonna have so many land. You're going to be a steward of God goodness. And you and your spouse is going to complete your divine mission. And what God's saying that I need you to start focusing where you are going. You are going to be a landlord. That's the word I see. You coming from being a tenant to being a landlord. So that's the message I have. I want to share with you. You are coming from being a tenant to being a landlord. You are renting to people. You are giving people a chance to live at your house, at your apartment, at your condo. You remember the landlord, how they mistreated you? Even when you pay your money, they didn't fix things. They didn't take care of things. Now you are going to have the power. You're going to be the landlord. And God said, how good are you going to be to your tenant? Right now, it may feel like, Mimi, how could I be a landlord? I don't own anything. But this message is for you. You're going to own a lot. You're going to be a landlord. You're going to have so many apartments and businesses to rent to other people. You're going to be like the best landlord ever. You're going to work with people. Even when they don't have all the money and stuff like that, you're going to give them a chance. You're going to be like, I give you 2 weeks to come up with the money. You're going to work with them. You're not going to be the type of landlord that's quickly to get them out the house, quickly to evict them, quickly to make their life a living hell. You're going to have so much property. You're going to be like, hey, I could work with this person. I'm going to be a good landlord. I'm not going to let them stay for free, but I could work with them if something happened to them emergency. Because something happened, they lost their job, they can't pay. You have to work with them until you can find, some type of solution. You might be the landlord, hey, you lose your job, you can't pay me, come work for me. And whatever you own me, that'll go towards your rent. It's something about you going to own so many land, and you're going to be the landlord, the good landlord, the happy landlord. People are going to be happy that, hey, they rent from you because you are able to work with them. You're not going to let them stay free at your property because that don't make no sense. But you're going to be like, hey, if you late or something happened, you can work with them. You can even make them earn the money by making them work for you. If you're hearing this message, you and your husband are going to own so many land. It's going to blow your mind up. You will not even think that, hey, you could have so many property in the deed and the paperwork is under your name. You so used to always things, a landlord, someone controlling you, telling you how you should live in their house. Or you worry if someone's going to put you out. But God said you are the new landlord. And you're going to be fair with your tenant. So that's the message I want to share with you. If you'd like to book a private session with me, go ahead and send me your information. And thank you for everyone for the love, for the support. And continue to send love and support to this channel, because everybody that helped me, that donate, that give me the time for me to continue to make this message, because I do have work. I have a full-time job, so sometimes I don't even have time to make those messages. But when you guys support me and you love me, it gives me the time to be able to make those messages for you. So that's the message I have. I want you to know that you never felt like you belong anywhere. But God said you're gonna be the one that's giving people the chance to feel like they belong somewhere. If you hear this message, you are the landlord. You are no longer in tenant. This is your last tenant position. You are going to be the one that's giving people a chance to live at your property. You are going to be the landlord that's signing the paperwork with them, giving people a chance. God is going to use you in a mighty way. So I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.